It freaking happened. It happened, ladies and gentlemen, after winning 7 straight games, going on the hottest win streak in the NBA. The Miami Heat lose on Saturday to the Chicago Bulls. What's up, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Would really appreciate it if you guys can click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Help your boy grow this channel. Now, with that said, we're going to rock and roll with another Miami Heat Talk Avenger. And man, this is a doozy. As you guys know, don't really like to post much on Sundays, so wanted to get something to you today. Quickly about this Saturday game. Sucked. I mean, it really sucked. You have this huge momentum. You're going against a team that's 4-7. The Chicago Bulls team is basically imploding. So you're thinking the Heat are going to get there and get this. Something told me before the game. The Heat got to work really hard on this one, y'all. I mean, this schedule hasn't really been the best for the Miami Heat. You go on a 4-game road trip. You win all 4. You go back home in Miami. You get that one on Thursday against the Nets. And then now you have to go straight to Chicago. I mean, this road trip for Miami has been back and forth. So I felt, man, this is going to be a tough one for the Heat with all the travel. But they got to get this dub. Now, the only cool thing was that they're going to stay in Chicago. So it is a back-to-back against Chicago, but it's in Chicago. I actually thought they were going to be playing in Miami tonight. So wasn't that terrible, but man, it sucked. I mean, especially with the start the Heat had, you guys, I'm thinking, man, this is a different team. Like, last season we would lose to these terrible teams and it would suck crap, but then you would see them beat teams like Milwaukee or Boston and you're thinking, okay, the Heat's good enough. They're just holding back. But this season, it kind of feels like the 2019-2020 season where they were just beating all these teams. And that was kind of happening, in this run. So you're thinking, all right, Chicago, they're gonna stomp their throats. And it started that way. Miami went on an incredible run that blew me away. They went on a 22-1 run to start the game. Chicago was bricking everything like crazy. But then Chicago went on a nice little 12-point run. And then it was kind of back and forth. They were pretty much tied for the second and third quarter. And you're thinking, all right, well, the Heat are going to close this one out, get the dub, and we'll go back on the drawing board for Monday. But I don't know what the hell happened, but the fourth quarter happened. Fourth quarter happened. Chicago went on a 34-21 run and defeated the Heat, 102-97. Ugh. The Heat are 8-5. They're with the 4th seed, 1 game down from the Milwaukee Bucks. So you're seeing it right now. The top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference are the best 4 teams I said before this season started. The Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Miami Heat. That's not the way I think that they're listed from better to worse in order. That's just the top 4 standings in the Eastern Conference right now. These are the best 4 teams, in my opinion. So this is what you're going to be seeing all season long. Looks like it's going to be a dogfight because even though the Heat are 4th, they're only 3 games down from the 1st seed. So, with that said, I'm going to say this. Credit goes where credit's due. These last games, there have been 3 people holding it down. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Duncan Robinson, ever since Tyler Herro went down. Same case on Saturday. You got Jimmy Butler going 8 for 16 for the field, 25 points. Bam Adebayo goes 8 for 12 on the field, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Bam Adebayo's been Mr. Consistent all season long. Duncan Robinson gives you 17 points, hits 4 3-point shots, go 4 for 5, 5 for 9 for the field. He also gets 7 assists. The problem was everyone else. Now look, you did get great contribution from your backup center, Kevin Love. 12 minutes, 5 points, 6 rebounds. That's cool. Caleb Martin, we know he's, it's a slow stretch for Caleb Martin. It's only 15 minutes off the bench. He also gives you 5 points as well. Josh Richardson gives you 7 points with 26 minutes. The one that irks me, though, is Jaime Jaquez. We've been seeing Jaime Jaquez taking this step moving forward, getting better and better. This last game against Chicago, he plays 27 minutes. He gives you 6 points and 3 rebounds. The dude was 2 for 4 for the field. He only took 4 shots. You need Jaime Jaquez to step up, to play more confident. If you're going to play 27 minutes, homie, I need to see more than 4 shots. You know, you're 1 for 1 for the 3-point line. Shoot more. Shoot more, man. Get confident, Rook. Funny thing, though, Jimmy Butler was 2 for 6 for the 3-point line. For those of you that know, Jimmy Butler's trying to stay at 50% from the 3-point line. He always does that. So, like, the 2 for 6 for the 3-point line, 40%. As we all know, we're tracking Jimmy Butler's 50% quest. 2 guys that really irked me this game, though. Haywood Highsmith, 0 points on 24 minutes, doesn't make a single shot, goes 0 for 4 for the field. Kyle Lowry gives you 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 32 minutes. Man, it's like I've said before, 3 for 10 for the field, 2 for 7 for threes. Kyle, we need to figure this thing out with the point guard position, you guys. I don't know if when Tyler Herro comes back, maybe we should test Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson in the backcourt. I know people would say defensively that's terrible, but I think that's better than Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson. I just don't. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I mean, Kyle Lowry's not working in the starting point guard position. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying at $30 million, 8 points, 3 points the last game. I know he gave you back-to-back 17-point games when Tyler Herro first got hurt, but you're not seeing that on a nightly basis. The dude is not consistent. We know what Kyle Lowry's going to do for us. If we keep him come playoff time, he's going to be super productive coming off the bench. This is the type of production that you're going to have to deal with Kyle Lowry all season long if we don't make a trade, if we don't make a deal, or if we don't put someone else in that position. So I'm really curious to see what's going to be the roster moving forward when Tyler Herro comes back? Because this roster has not been fully healthy all season long. We haven't had Tyler Herro with this team with Caleb Martin fully playing. So now that Tyler Herro is going to come back, it's going to be interesting to see where he gets put in. Now, I did pose a question in my last video, you guys. Is it best to bring Tyler Herro off the bench? Some of you were saying, why? It's Tyler Herro. Why would you bring him off the bench? It's not because I feel like he's a bench player. It's because, in my opinion, he would fit best in the 6-man role, simply because he and Jimmy Butler, every time they're out there, you guys, I feel like they play hot potato with the ball. It doesn't smooth as right. Now, this is an assumption. Obviously, they play great together. They've gone far before in seasons. But I'm talking about in beginnings of the game. In the first quarter, I think it's best to let Jimmy and Bam get on the groove with Duncan moving around trying to get his spots. Then you bring Jimmy out, bring Duncan in, and allow Duncan to play his game. The end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. You bring Jimmy back in with Bam, and you're able to make a triangle offense between the 3 of them. I'm not saying that Tyler is not best starting. I'm just saying that in this specific team, he may fit best as a 6-man because maybe Duncan Robinson works better starting. Now, this all is with this Kyle Lowry problem that we have, because for all we know, it may be better to put Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson in the backcourt, starting with Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and Haywood Highsmith. But now you're having a big lack on defense because Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro are not known for their defense. Duncan's better, but they're not great. It's not like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You think Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson is a backcourt, you think the Splash Brothers. But Klay Thompson is a lead in defense. See, that's the problem with starting a Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson. Now, talking about Tyler Herro, and the reason why I'm mentioning Tyler Herro is because this game right here against the Chicago Bulls is a perfect example why the Miami Heat are a better team with Tyler Herro. I posed a question to you guys recently. Would this Miami Heat team be better than Tyler Herro? Simply because what they did in the 2023 playoffs and the 7-game, but 5-game winning streak without Tyler Herro. I posed the question, was the Heat better without Herro? That's an answer for you guys right there. Because this Miami Heat team, you guys, we're amazing defensively. But one thing we lack is scoring. And that's one thing that Tyler Herro kid brings better than almost anyone in the NBA. So if you ask me, especially in the NBA Finals with what happened with Denver, yes, this team desperately needs Tyler Herro to go far. But the question is, where does Tyler Herro fit best? Do you guys believe that Tyler Herro fits best starting along Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo? Or do you think he would be better being the sixth man? Maybe we can start Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin. Remember, like I've said recently, you guys, this is a positionless basketball team. You don't have to have an actual point guard there. You can start Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin in the backcourt. You got two guys that are over 6'5". I just shake the camera there a little bit, my bad. But you got two guys that are over 6'5". Then you got Jimmy Butler, Haywood Highsmith, and Bam Adebayo. It could work. With Tyler Herro coming off the bench, you guys, being the sixth man, along with Kyle Lowry, Kevin Love, Jaime Jaquez, Josh Richardson, I mean, it will work. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. Where do you think Tyler Herro is going to fit best on this team? Also, are you nervous about this loss we did against Chicago? Or do you feel like me? It was just one we got out. And then, oh my God, against Chicago. Because of course, right? I mean, that is the perfect definition of this Miami Heat team, you guys. You win 7 straight, and instead of losing to a team like Boston or Milwaukee or Cleveland, no, you lose to Chicago because it's the Miami Heat. The way the Miami Heat played this game against the Chicago Bulls, you guys, reminded me about last season so much. Don't get worried. Don't panic. You're going to have a lot of people that are throwing shade and throwing hate. Don't worry about it. The Heat are fine. I predict that we're going to get revenge back against Chicago tonight. Now, if we don't win against Chicago, maybe it's time to rethink this whole Kyle Lowry starting thing. I'm saying make the change now, but maybe something needs to smack Spoelstra to make him know a change is needed. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Please, guys, don't forget, take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell to get all your boys' updates. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. We getting it back tonight. Let's go Heat.